Sorry about that, folks. We lost the stream again for a moment. I'll give you guys a few minutes to get back in before I try to explain what happened. Aside from being extremely embarrassing.
So Jason broke dry there. Looks like this one ball is makeable. You gotta be precise though. Rolled up a little close to his work here, but if he can execute a nice shot on the 2, he should get right back in line on the 3. Just have to come to that side rail and out a little bit. Oh, okay.
Oh,
It was on that table.
okay. The rest of them.
Oh, they're right here. So he made the ball, but I think he needed to hit that with more pace, so he came off that rail and had a cut shot on a 3 ball. Now I think he's got to play a safety. And the safe here is just thin the right hand side of the 3 and come 2 rails down below the 10 with the cue ball. See if that's what he elects to do. Actually, it looked like he was trying to make that ball. It looked like a very extreme cut to make that. Gonna serve this up to Jason now.
So sorry about that, guys. Thank you for working your way back into the chat. I see the numbers are getting back up again. Again, please forgive me. This is all brand new computer, brand new software. There are a couple of little things that we're trying to work out. I'm trying to do a whole lot from this software. So without getting too techie and nerdy, I'm basically overloading what the computer needs to be doing at the moment. So I need to change some configurations at home, or before we get started again tomorrow, which will allow me to do everything that I'm trying to do. We're trying to not only stream the matches but record them as well, so we can upload them to our YouTube channel. However, it seems as though when we go to record after a certain number of time, it's almost like it's just kind of overloading the computer. So we're not going to record the matches at the moment. We're going to just stream for the remainder of the day and address it tomorrow.
I think he can just roll this 6 ball in with a little bit outside English here. He missed it. Now this is Steve's opportunity to get on the board. Looks like he might need to go rail first here to be able to get out. Give himself a shot on the 7 ball. Just rail first with a little bit of right hand spin. Make your 6 ball. Come off that side rail. English opens it up. Good shape here. Oh, he got there. Not exactly the place you wanted to put that cue ball after that 7.
No, but it's gonna work.
It will work. Yeah, absolutely.
Take it up 1 rail. A little bit of right hand spin back towards center table.
And I can tell you from playing a lot of matches, in my life that, sometimes these first couple games of a set, you just got to get there however you get there until you kind of get loose and start feeling good. And, yeah. He's in a real difficult position here. He could try to just soft roll this ball in, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. I kind of have seen Steve hit a lot of slow rollers in his career, so he might just roll it in slow.
I don't slow roll that one. I'm going forward.
Yeah,
5 rails back around it. I need to let my stroke out. I don't trust my stroke when I have to slow roll.
I didn't say I liked it. I just said I thought he might do it, but yeah. So this is 2 games now, and 2 times that Jason's come to the table. Once, actually both times 9-10, pluck, so that's something that once that starts becoming a pattern, you have to stop that immediately and make sure that you don't give that up, even if you have to play a safe on a makeable ball like that last shot. Okay, 2-0.
Well done by Jason. Extends the lead just a little bit more. 2-0. Still a lot of pool to be played. We're racing to 11. My name is Ben Sutherland, joined by Joey Ryan. Came all the way off from AZ just for this. Thank him for that.
My
While
pleasure.
we're on the topic, let's do this with some audio too. Tell us briefly a little bit about your new Pool Player podcast.
Yeah, thanks, Ben, for the opportunity. I'm just, I just felt like there was a need for people to hear the stories of the top players out there, and so I just started calling them up, shooting them Facebook messages, and said, "Hey, can I interview you and do it for a podcast and get it out to the pool playing world?" And the response has been overwhelmingly positive. People want to talk to me. They want people to hear their story. And so that's what we've been doing. So every Sunday we're going to be dropping an episode. So tune in tomorrow morning.
That's episode 2, right?
That'll be episode 2.
Episode 1 was Mike Davis, and I actually tuned in for that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I've never met Mike personally, and I to be 100% honest, I haven't seen him play a whole heck of a lot. So it was really nice to catch that interview and watch you pick his brain and catch some advice from him and hear some of the fun stories that he had from his career, and to find out that you guys have been friends for 15 years or something like that. That was pretty cool to find out too. So
yeah,
it really is a cool podcast. And Instagram and Facebook, it's at Pool Player Podcast, and then on YouTube it's just Pool Player Podcast. Is that your page?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that more obviously throughout the remainder of the event too, but
yeah, I appreciate that.
I'll give you that plug too.
I appreciate that, and I gotta thank Mike because he has been a friend. He was my guinea pig. I said I don't know if this is gonna take off or whatever.
Well, don't spoil next week's yet.
No, I'm
make
not.
The people.
I'm not. Yeah, but
don't even tell me. Wink, wink. Who is it?
You'll find out tomorrow morning.
I think we're gonna see a lockup here. I'll
get there.
I still think you can go 1 rail in between the 3 and 10 back up to the 1 pretty naturally, but ideally that cue ball would be frozen on that 5. He's opting to go 1 rail, so is he messing? What?
Yeah. Did he call a 10?
He pointed at that pocket. I don't know what he was exactly calling,
Yeah.
to be dead honest.
He could have been opportunistic there and play the 10 ball. So Steve got a little fortunate out of that. And I think Jason can get to this with a little right-hand spin, kick the 1 ball up table. He's looking at it like he could kick the 1 on the side, but man, he's got to do an awful lot, I think. I think the better play is to play to kick it in the corner, because that way your 1 ball is traveling up table and then your cue ball travels back down behind this 9-8 ball. That would be what I would elect to do here, I think. Just try to find a way to kick that 1 past the 5 up toward the pocket. Call it in the pocket, fine, because then you got a nice 2.
Wow. Oh.
2-10 afterwards.
Can't do this, it makes sense. Talk about something like that.
Yeah. Because your cue ball will track. Yeah. No, he's not going to get a rail. Oh, the 9 got a rail.
I think the 9, yeah, just barely.
Yeah. He did loosen up or reposition the 2 ball so you don't have that 2-10 scenario by the side pocket, because we are playing 10 ball counts early except on the break.
Threading the needle here? Oh, he went for the combo.
Yeah. I don't know if this is an indication of how this match is going to go. I think Steve needs to tighten up a little bit and not be so aggressive. Maybe he feels like it's early on, so he can go after some things. But you know, he's got enough experience that you know he can play defense, and I think he needs to look to do that a little more.
Whoa.
Well, maybe he had him right where he wanted him.
I think he over-sharpened that Ginsu this morning.
He's got a couple ways to get out on the 2-ball here. He can hit the one with low left-hand spin, draw it back off 2 rails, or he can go rail first and come up between the 10 and 5. Or he could do that, which is different.
Excuse me.
He's got a little problem here because he's got to be able to pot the 2 and get down table here. And nothing looks easy to get down here because he's probably going to hit the 4-ball. Oh no, he avoided it. Very nice. Well, he's going to have a shot on the 10.
Yes, he did. I actually think this angle's probably better for that. We jinxed him.
Jason might have a shot on a 10. He elects to take it on.
If I'm going to shoot this 10, I'm going to shoot it as a carom, I think. Well, yeah, I think, now that I say that, I really don't think it matters either way. Because if you play it as a carom, I basically pocket speed. The cue ball stays in place of the 10, and you've got the 6 for coverage.
Yeah.
If you play the 3-10, and you hit it well, the 10 goes. You don't have to worry about anything. If you hit the top side of the 10, you might have the 7 and the 6 for coverage with the cue ball. I like the carom better, I think, in this spot.
Yeah, and I think the reason I like the carom better if you're going to play the 10 is if you play the combination and you hang it, well, now you can give up the 3-10 to the next shot.
True.
But with the carom...
Makes me like it even more than...
Guys, it's a good time to point out that this is not there's no 3 foul in this tournament. Because, like, the first thing I'd look at here, if it was 3 foul, is, hey, this might be a good opportunity to 3 foul him. But
yeah.
No 3 foul.
I kind of wish it was.
Yeah.
I think we'd see a little bit more tactical play in situations like this.
Yeah. I don't,
But this, I think he's looking at that 6-10 as an opportunity. If he doesn't land well on the carom for that 6-10, he's certainly got safety options.
Yeah. I mean, obviously this is an amazing tournament, so I'm not one to criticize like the format or anything, but I just don't understand tournaments that don't have 3 foul. Like, I don't understand the thought process to it. And 3 foul is a part of the game.
I'm going to make a statement.
Oh, look at this.
That was couldn't have been any better to clear that 6. I'm going to make a statement, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody, and it's certainly not intended to. From my observations, from what I've noticed, the tournaments that don't have the 3 foul rules typically are your 600 and under tournaments, 620, 630. The players that aren't real brushed up on a safety game for the most part quite yet.
Yeah.
And that's the ones that I tend to notice don't implement that rule as much. You go to any pro event, go to any pro tournament.
Hold on a sec, Ben. Look at the way his bridge format, or his bridge form is not very good. You gotta get that elbow outside and he's almost stroking it like he's shooting a.
I'm glad you and I are commentating together.
Why?
Because I just had this conversation with Shane. He was making fun of me in March. I was hitting balls with Shane Van Boning. Toot my own little horn there. And I was left, it was on an 8-foot table too. We were playing on an 8-foot Racing at the Rio. And he left me in a weird spot, and I grabbed a bridge. And first of all, he made fun of me for grabbing a bridge because I'm 6'3" and I have an extension, and I refused to put it on, so I just grabbed a bridge.
That is ridiculous.
But he just starts laughing. And I'm like, I know why he's laughing. And Billy's right there, and Billy's laughing too. I take the shot, and I made the shot, and I got my position. Everything worked well for the shot. And I said, what the hell are you guys laughing at? Shane didn't respond, and Billy's like, I'll go ahead and answer this one for Shane. He's like, anybody ever teach you how to use a bridge before? I said, I'm 6'3", Billy. I haven't used a bridge. I can count the number of times on one hand I've used a bridge. He said, I can tell. He's like, you look like you're about to throw a dart. Because I do, like, straight, and you guys can't see me, but I don't do the horizontal side, which is typically taught, like you see snooker players. Ronnie O'Sullivan is one of the best at it. But even pro players, Shane and everything. To me, it feels like it's an off-center pendulum, but it's something I haven't practiced, and
Nobody does, right? Nobody practices. Nobody goes around using the bridge to practice. This is
So Jason undercut that ball. He shot it right into that left point that it's closest to at the moment. I think that was just a lack of concentration for a moment.
And that was really big. Because if he gets out here and goes up 3-0, that would have been.
Look at this. Let me give you guys a better angle here. This is a little funny. That 10 ball could come into play depending on how he plays this. I think he'll make sure it doesn't, but if he checks this ball with any inside at all.
He's going to have quite a tester here.
Yeah. I don't believe it's frozen, which in my opinion makes the shot tougher.
This is just one of these shots you you could probably create some kind of safety out of this. You just got to go for it. You just make the shot. Just give it all you got.
It is going to be a heart crusher if it doesn't go for him and he sells out. He may not. He's going to leave something for Jason. Now, as long as Jason can shake off that undercut on the simple 7 ball a moment ago, clear that out of his head, I think he's okay here.
Yeah. I want to go back to that point you made about the 3 foul, though. I think I agree. Like the top players don't mind playing 3 foul.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason that is because they realize how hard it is to 3 foul somebody, and there's a craft to it.
Yeah, it brings in a whole nother skill and a whole nother dynamic.
Yeah, in the same way getting out of it.
Sure.
Like, one of the big differences between top amateurs and professionals.
Sometimes I get upset when I see somebody get out on the 3rd attempt. I'm like, damn it, I wanted to see you get 3 foul, but they come with a great kick shot or something. They deserve it.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like a big difference. Nice shot by Jason. He's going to get out here.
His time, and he drilled that one like it had eyes.
A big difference is when it comes to safety play. An amateur will play a safe where they separate balls or hide behind a ball. A pro will freeze you on the back of a ball.
True.
And that makes a difference. When you get to world championship level, that's huge, because if you don't freeze somebody on a ball, Jason got that game, it's 3-0, then you're susceptible to having them kick a ball in or kick you safe, and so I just think that as players kind of rise through the ranks and become better players, that the 3 foul becomes more acceptable.
I am inclined to agree. And while you folks think about that, check out the new OB brake shafts.
The most important shot in pool is the brake. Power and control can be the difference between winning and losing. Introducing 2 new shafts from OBQ. The Aftershock. Built for speed and power, this shaft is designed to transfer all your energy to the cue ball. The Shockwave. This shaft is uniquely designed to promote a more square hit and the ultimate control. OBQs. Master the brake.
Why is it horrible?
I'm gonna tell JT he's horrible. JT, I see you in the chat. 3 foul is horrible. You know what I have to say to that? Mister, I have my own brand new diamond table at home.
Kick better.
Go work on them kicks, sir.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
Where's it?
I'll get you.
Just a menu, yeah. Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, we're good. Other than that, thank you. I think management was coming to make sure we had our masks on.
I got a drink here.
We passed that test. Shout out to management and all the servers at Griff's too for taking care of us and everybody else in the building.
Yeah, that was Gary. Gary Lutman just came over to see if we were doing well, and you know, I met him for the first time today, but I played in a couple tournaments with him and been really impressed with his game. He's a good player.
He's got some movement. He's got some added movement to his stroke that a lot of players don't have, and I think a lot of players, myself included, not anymore, underestimate that.
Yeah.
Janice will be back in a few minutes. She'll take your order.
Thank you. I think some people take that for granted because there's this movement that you don't typically see amongst great players. So you think, I gotta be better than this guy. And then you go up and $5,000-$10,000 later you realize, oh, that was a mistake. He's also a phenomenal bank pool player too. You know, I think Steven was trying to bank that ball. I'm not sure. I believe he was trying to bank it. I'm not sure if it was a miscue or what happened right there, but thank you, Tim. I already realized what happened.
What did we say?
No, I don't think we said anything wrong. It was just that the mics were on. And I know why. It's just little things I gotta figure out. This is new software.
Did I say anything to get me in trouble, Tim? All right, back to the action. I think you can bank that 3 ball out and kind of float the cue ball just over behind the 10 ball. It'd be a pretty nice shot there.
So you're thinking this. You're thinking yellow.
Yep.
You're thinking yellow and I'm thinking red. And he split the well, no, he went more in your favor. You win. I guess I'm down another 5. Wait, no, we weren't betting.
No, we weren't. I do have to give you a chance to win it back, though.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Payouts. People were asking about the payouts. You want to talk them through that?
I don't know the breakdowns on the payouts. I do not know the complete breakdowns. I know first place is $14,000.
Yes.
That's all I know.
$14,000.
And I know that if every single player got in every single side pot, the winner will take home $19,400 or $19,200 just from the side pots.
How's that possible? Really?
Because they're $100, $200, and $300 side pots, and there's 32 players. Do the math. That's like $19,000
Okay, so that's 600 player.
times 32 players.
Holy cow! You
No,
kept
I
saying
can't-
that, and I thought you were miscalculating. But you're right.
I can't imagine every player got in every single side. That's another $600 investment. But you know, even if half did,
Yeah.
that's still another 8 to 10 grand on top of a $14,000 guaranteed first place.
Steve's really struggling here. He needs to get it together. It's like he's not thinking clearly. You know, he's going for some stuff and, you know, just being way too loose. He needs to tighten up a little bit. So Jason's got a stretch for this shot. He's taking a long time with it, but if he just hits it with a little low right, draw it out, should be in good shape. Not sure why he elected to take a longer shot on the 5. Just a little, could Could have just punched it with low right and came back toward the 9 ball. So now he's going to have to make this and come down off this bottom rail and back out for the 6 ball.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Not quite sure what's going on here.
The jump stick is a... Well, no, I don't even know if a jump stick is good with that
Do
7
a double
there.
jumper.
Not me.
There's a good player up in South Dakota, Tanner Pruitt, yeah, and he posted a shot just like this last
think
week.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and he jumped both balls, landed on his ball, and made it. And you kind of have to, jumping that far. But yeah, I think I'm kicking this.
Nothing
Yeah,
easy.
I didn't really understand the whole way he went from the 4 to the 5, left himself a long cut, a sharper cut than he needed to on the 5 because he didn't draw back on the 4, and then hit the 5 really hard.
Yeah,
where
that's
he
what I'm
came
trying to
table.
figure out. Is where
Maybe there was something I
where
wasn't
was he
seeing.
trying to get on this 6?
Yeah.
Was he trying to... I don't know.
He's gonna cut. I like this kick here better than coming at it from the side because you can kick it up toward that corner and the 9 ball could come into play. But kind of did this to himself here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan if I'm shooting right now. What do you think about that shot? Over here.
You're kidding.
Of course I'm kidding.
Well, this is what Steve needed. Yeah. Just a little out of sync right now.
Well, I do appreciate one very important viewer out there. First place, $14,000. Second place, $6,000. Third and fourth, because this is a single elimination tournament, third and fourth tie, both walking away with $3,000 apiece. Fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth also tie in the same spot, given that this is single elimination. Each one of those players will walk out of here with $1,300 apiece. So if you're a math nut, take 1,300 times 4, take 3,000 times 2, take 6,000, take 14,000, and add them together. I'm gonna take a pretty good guess that you come up with 32 grand.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And of course, I need to make more mention of this throughout the event as well. We need to give proper praise and shout out to Marcus Graham, the promoter and the tournament director of this event. This is the second year he's put this event on. This is the second year it's filled up extremely fast with players from around the country, and not just within the 48. We've got Alaska and Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So kudos to Marcus for being able to put this together, and thanks to Mark Griffin and Griffs for having myself and Joey here and allowing us to commentate with this great equipment and this great stream that we've got going here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We sure are.
Yep. Thank you. And Steve looks like he's fixing to get on the board here. I lived in the South for a little while, so
Fixin'
I can say
too, huh?
Fixin'.
At least you said fixin' and not
Fitting?
fin. That, God, I mean,
He's fitting to get on the board.
that drives me bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
I say some funny stuff, Ben, because I'm from Baltimore. And so we have quite a unique accent out there. Like, I say things like ambulance and, So you guys have to excuse me if I do that.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. Gotta call the ambulance.
Gosh, what is going on? I'm looking at the bracket here. We're going to have Arizona versus Arizona in round 2. Chris Carpenter, Mr. 420 versus Susan Williams.
Nice.
Scroll down, we've got Jeremy Ross versus Ruben Adami. Anthony Lactata versus Alex Esparza, also from Arizona. And then we've got Luke Wilcombe versus Steve Gray. None of these matches are going off at the moment. We're still wrapping up the first round. So this is the second half of the first round, if you will, is what we're watching at the moment.
And all those should be active right now, I think.
All these that, well, the viewers can't see it, but all these that are in blue are active. And there should be 8.
Yeah.
Showing 7. So this one's probably active and just not announced, or there's only 7 going because they don't want to start round 2 yet.
Yeah.
Either way, let us remove some graphics and get back to the action.
So Steve calls this one ball. He's going to take it on and try to cut it in the corner here. He's going to have to play into the 3-5 or do something.
I don't hate that play. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
That's what I feared. It's like when you try to do that, you can't do it, or it doesn't happen as often, and then when you're really trying to avoid something like that.
Yeah. You know, depending on if the 3 clears the 5 to the 6, you might want to kick at this ball, even though you can see a portion of the 3 ball coming in.
Read my mind.
Yeah, you might be
I'm looking at it
opportunistic here.
from the shot, from the angle that would favor the shot you and I are talking about, but it looks like he's going to try to just cut this.
Yeah,
So it might be better to watch from here.
so if you do cut it, you cut it with inside English. Send the 3 ball towards that pocket and let your cue ball curl around the table 3 rails and come down. You're creating quite a bit of separation there, even if you don't make the 3. Just hit it thinner on the thinner side rather than thicker. See, he hit it way too thick, so now they're tracking together. But if he hits it thinner, the cue ball escapes and comes down table and the 3 goes towards that pocket.
I do agree, sir.
Tell you, I said it before, I'll say it again. What a great place this is. And, you know, I was just browsing the menu, Ben. I got to order some food here. My stomach's talking to me. But,
Oh yeah, it's about that time.
we got an extensive menu, and I saw the desserts on there. I'm eyeballing those.
Do they have the pies on there? Did they update the menu? They have Marie Calendar pies usually.
We got some cheesecake, New York style cheesecake, chocolate mousse cake, tiramisu.
Usually they have fresh Marie Calendar pie. I shouldn't say usually, but a lot of times they have fresh Marie Calendar pies.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm normally more like a keto, low carb guy, but
Yeah, we'll just put
not
that
when I'm
on.
on vacation.
We'll put that on the tab.
All right, so let's see if you can make this 3 ball and get down in shape for the 4 ball. You can go 2 ways on this. You went outside English, looks like, or just almost like straight high English. A little outside English could have helped there. See, these are the shots that Steve keeps rolling up on, and he's going for everything. You know, and at some point, that could cost him. You know, I think looking back on this match, especially the beginning part of this match when he looks at it afterwards, you know, I wonder if he'll agree with my assessment that maybe he was a little too aggressive early in the match. So when a ball's planted in the pocket like that, you know, the thing you want to try to avoid is having to shoot and draw it straight out. You want to try to, you know, hit a portion of the ball and then a rail, because then you can get out so much easier. And so that's where Jason just ran into problems. He tried to draw straight out of that and wasn't able to pull it back enough, so he's stuck now behind the 7 ball. This is a shot we talked about before. Come off this rail and kick the 5 up toward the 8, and that way your cue ball is going to track back down towards the 10.
Kind of below the 7, yeah.
Yeah.
If he can avoid the 7, I feel like it goes into the 7, but I kicked it.
Kick the
Calling
other way. I don't know.
Steve with a great opportunity.
All right, here you go, Ben. I'll give you a chance to win your $5 back.
All right.
I got Steve to get out here.
Boy, you got heart. I'll take it though.
You get to pick the next one.
God damn it. Excuse my language. Sorry, guys. That was the one I was just kind of hoping he shanked, because the rest of
Well,
them
7 ball's not easy. 7 ball's not easy.
What's not easy about it? Rolling up on this
Well,
ball.
it only has that one corner
But
pocket.
knowing him and his confidence, he's going to spin it 3 rails and shoot the 7 to the lower right.
Well, it doesn't pass the 10. No. Look at this angle.
Yeah. Why you always have to be right?
Well, I don't think it
Why did I
passes
invite
the
you?
10.
When you're not here, I'm always right. Uh-oh.
This is it. This could seal your $5 fate.
How big is that
Side
side
pocket.
pocket? How big is that side pocket?
Point.
Not big enough.
Oh, this is fun. I'm
I'm
so
on
glad
a bad
did that.
side betting streak in the last 24 hours.
You know, I have a pretty strict rule that I don't, like, give up my kids' soccer games for pool. And luckily, I guess, for both of us,
I'd give up my kids for soccer games. Sorry.
when I invited myself to come up here, they didn't have any games. And then turns out they ended up having 2 of my kids had games today that I had to miss.
Oh, there.
But,
I'm going to be stuck $10. This is no good.
but my point is, I'm having a great time, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm shooting this and coming around 2 rails.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Yeah,
He spun that with his wrist too.
good shot. He's making me $5 here.
This is just ridiculous. Oh well, that's what I get for being a sucker.
I think he's just going to keep it right there and shoot the 10 in the other corner. Come on, Harsey. Bear down on this one.
I'm losing my rent money now. I gotta tell my wife we're gonna have to relocate.
By the end of this weekend, I might be up $65 on you.
How big is that pocket? Oh, big enough.
Drain
All
it.
right.
Center of the cup.
So I see a comment in the chat wondering if Joe Klimchek is available today. You know, I haven't seen him. Oh, excuse me, I have seen him. I don't see his booth set up inside, but as far as I know, I believe he's mobile outside. I did personally speak with him at the beginning of the day today. He's not back in his corner trick where he normally is set up. So if he is here, he's in his mobile unit outside. And I can find out about that. Unfortunately, I can't find out at the moment, so I can try to figure it out here. If Gary or Marcus or somebody comes back over here, I'll try to get that info to you. And we've got his graphics on the screen too. One of the better cue repair guys in town. Great for pretty much anything you need done with your cue. Tips, wraps, it doesn't matter. Like, the guy kind of just the jack of all trades when it comes to that stuff. So check out Joe Klimchek, 702-292-1515. And also thanks for his support for this event. And I butchered the scoreboard. Go figure. I'm getting good at that. Okay, that's better. Rack number 6, Steve to break. He's breaking a little further outside than I expect, and the second balls aren't going anywhere near the side pocket.
And his cue ball's coming down table. That's never a good thing on a 10 ball break.
It's okay in 8 ball, I think, but other than that, even then, I still try to stay up table, but definitely 9 and 10 ball. With the 1 ball typically tracking up table, you'd like to keep the cue ball up table. What a kick shot. I thought he made that at first. Sorry folks, just 1 second.
Alright, just ordered some food here. Pretty excited about that. So, looks like Jason's shooting this shot left-handed. He wants to track straight up by the 4. But instead, he kind of hit it with inside English and brought the 2 into play there. I'd have to consider thinning the right side of the 2 and sending the cue ball down behind the 3-5. Maybe by way, you might have to get around the 7. The aqua ball down there. It looks like he might be banking the 2 down into there. Let's see what happens. Yeah. This could sell out. Nope. Well, maybe. I don't think Steve can make this 2 ball. I just looked out of the booth and kind of... Yeah, he's going to kick it. Just play off the right-hand side of the 2 ball here and send the cue ball way down the table. 2 ball should just gently drift in front of the 5. Okay, he went the other way. That's a good shot. You know, that's the great thing about pool, Ben, that I love, is that, you know, you look at a table, you do things a certain way, somebody else might do it a different way, and, you know, there's always different ways to do things.
Yes.
You know, and I love that about pool. It's never one right shot, you know.
Certainly one of the more beautiful things about this game/sport is the variables and the different thought processes and the different patterns certain people see, others don't see at all, and vice versa. And both can be equally as effective. He couldn't do that again if he tried. He could not do that again if he tried.
So there's certain,
Did you see that?
yeah. There's certain times when you get ball in hand and playing a combination is not a bad play here. This is not one of those times, because making that 5 ball, your 2 is going to go away from the pocket, and you're really going to have to judge the speed.
How did he do that?
So I think I'm going to play the 2 ball on the side. I think if you put the cue ball right on the rail, you have enough room to make the 2 on the side and kind of roll out, and then playing that 3-5 combination is much more palatable, because by making the 3-5, the 3 is going to hold right there in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't like the 2-5 right now at all,
no.
and I don't even like the 2 off the 5.
No. That is a little better than the combination.
I think that might be what he's looking at, just because he'd rather shoot, you know, a foot and a half rather than 7.5 or 8 feet. But
this is the right shot here.
he's just got to make sure he gets his tip of his cue out of the way in time if he's going to roll dead straight forward. If he gives himself an angle, he doesn't really need to worry about double kissing this cue.
kind of feel like it's easy to get your cue out of the way on a high English shot like this.
Yeah. It's easier, for
He's
sure.
not
yeah.
loving it, though, because he's lined up for the corner.
He's playing. Is he playing the 10 ball two-way?
Okay. This is creative.
This is. I'm not mad at this. I like this decision.
Draw the
He's
cue
got-
ball back behind the 3. You know, just in case you miss it.
Yeah.
Of course, I do stuff like this, and I'll rattle the 10 and leave it right in the hole for the next guy.
But I mean, if he
Happens all the
gets
time.
8 inches or 8 to 12 inches of draw, he's got a lot of coverage with.
Or just the right angle and slide over. See what he does.
And if he's playing the 2 clean, I'm gonna be real shocked.
Wow. Now see, this is what happens to me, man. I do shots like this, and then I leave it like that, and then Steve comes up and plays the billiard and makes a 10. That's why I don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm over here silent because I agree.
I'll have to tell you
So
a
I
little later
think-
that the story kind of reminds me of this.
I've
where-
got 5. Steve doesn't make the shot.
Okay.
All right,
Okay, I'll give you a chance to get 5 of it back.
and I'm talking the 10.
Alright, you owe me 5.
Thanks for the chance. I appreciate it. You didn't have to.
He almost made that.
He almost.
You guys didn't see us in the booth, but we basically like
Didn't even
dove.
hit it.
Yeah, but that's one if he does hit it, there
Yeah,
it's going.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But yeah, I have a story I'll tell you later about how I lost a pool table and something similar like that. It's
I
kind of
like a
crazy.
pool table gambling one night. A buckhorn 7-foot table.
Yeah.
So clearly he didn't quite get there. I don't know if there's much reward in being aggressive. So I don't know. Depends on how big his stroke is. It really. Kinda does. Because he could hit this bank if he can draw his rock back some. I know it's a tall order, but I'm saying if his stroke is good enough, which puts him in line for what's next? The 3?
Yeah.
The 3. You like my different
Maybe-
colors
maybe
too,
if,
so you can tell.
yeah.
Like,
Maybe if Mitch Ellerman came and shot that shot, he could do it. Lefty with that kind of stroke. Let's see what he does here.
see, I like just coming up with really ridiculously creative shots that are likely never gonna happen.
Gosh, if I'm Jason, I'm so sick right now because, you know, Steve just kind of took a flyer there and you come up to the table and you got nothing.
If you can see, yeah, I think you're supposed to jump this.
Yeah. You kind of have to because if you come in behind the 2 and kick it up table, there's no telling that you can, you know, get that 2 to come between the 6 and 7. You're more likely to hit the 7 with it and then sell out a shot. So you got to go for the jump shot here. So Jason's, he's putting together his jump cue right now. A buddy of mine was posted on Facebook one day, like that was his biggest pet peeve. It's like,
Oh, when they're not put together
well,
already.
yeah, like somebody's playing a race. You're playing a race to 11, 10 ball. I mean, come on, you're gonna
It
jump a
upsets
ball
me
at
when
some
I see
point.
it at like Moscone Cup or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's like, oh yeah, shot clock, 30-second shot clock.
You
Let me
see
go take
Jason-
15 seconds and
Jason
dig
saw
out.
got to
Yeah.
call an extension to go put his jump cue together or grab his extension. I love singling out Jason. He's one of my good buddies. He sent me a jersey in the mail not too long ago. Real
That's
nice
cool.
guy, yeah. We kind of scratch each other's back here and there.
Well, that's gonna
Well,
be tough.
you know, I had the instant replay ready to go, but I don't think you guys want to see that again, do you? It's gone now. I can't wait to get this whole software absolutely mastered to the point where I don't have to get a text message or something. Hey, the audio is still going in the background. 2 times? No good. Not even
So
gonna
yeah,
get
I'd
the
like
safe out of
to.
it.
Yeah, like what exactly is he playing?
What do you
Yeah.
play here for, Jason?
Well,
2-way?
wait a minute. I'm gonna go back to that shot
Okay.
because like I said, Steve is an experienced player, been playing for a long time, and it just seemed like I couldn't figure out what he was trying to do there. It's almost like, let me just bank it out. There wasn't a pocket. Maybe he was trying to bank it. I don't know.
This is kind of what I was thinking here.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
I should take that other camera and point it at Alex. I got a tripod in the office. I can go grab that and put your Logitech on it.
Seriously.
I had Alex come in the booth a couple of events back, chit chat with us for a while. That was
yeah?
pretty cool. Yeah.
He's coming short side here on the kick.
Damn,
And
darn near
pretty
made
good.
it.
Yeah,
It was a great attempt.
it was. You have such a better chance of making it going the other way, though.
And 3 passes to 6, yes? Is that the ball right?
This angle it looks like it doesn't. That angle it does.
Either way it goes on the side, I guess.
I
It's
think
probably
it-
easier to get to the side. Somebody else will have to figure it out, I guess, though. Too early to be getting tired, Jason.
They had the
Too
apple
early.
pie here today. Ben, I ordered a slice.
The Marie calendars?
I don't know. She just gave me 3 pie options, and I said apple
If they
pie
got
sounds
pie,
great.
they're known for their Marie calendars here. I'm not quite sure what was supposed to happen there.
Okay, looks like he can. Looks like he can figure out a way to make this 7. Just play the 2 and slice the 7 in a little bit. And the cool part about this is if he hits it with, I don't know, maybe he needs a little bit of left-hand spin. He can play the cue ball into the 4 ball where the cue ball doesn't get loose on him. The 4 ball can kind of slow the momentum of the cue ball. And then he could end up with a good shot on the 2.
So I missed the beginning of what you said. I apologize. I was moving something.
Just play the 2 into the
2-7,
7,
okay,
but
'cause
then
that's-
use the 4 ball to slow the momentum of the cue ball so it doesn't go swirling around the table.
That's a fine shot. I personally like shooting the 2 past the 10 because the 10 makes it a bigger pocket. He's gonna.
Oh, look at this.
Different way to do it too. He played the 7. It's like he went both ways.
Yeah,
I guess Jason Osborn goes both ways.
I'm not touching that one.
He's my
I
buddy.
don't even know the guy.
He's my buddy. I'll joke around and say that to his face. Everybody knows he's a good guy.
Think he'll try to put the cue ball behind the 10 here?
I think he should try to put that cue ball behind the 10.
Nice shot.
Get another look at that.
He really focused on the
really
cue ball there,
Yeah, he hit that
which was
great.
good. Sometimes you see people focus too much on both balls or, and lose the cue ball, but he really bear down on that.
Big thank you to everybody that's tuned in right now. Looks like we got about 100 viewers or so. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Could be better. Need a little help from you guys to smash that share button, though. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know there's a lot going on. It's Saturday afternoon. Beautiful weather, likely, wherever you are. So just to have you tuned in, watching this tournament, and listening to us means a lot to us, our sponsors as well. This is the second annual $1,000 entry, 580 and under 10-ball tournament coming to you from Griff's Billiards. Promoted and ran by Marcus Graham. You can see our sponsors across the screen, and I'm joined by Joey Ryan here in the booth today.
Hey Ben, did you get cheese sticks?
I did not get cheese sticks. I said chicken quesadilla.
All right. Let's see if Jason can work the cue ball down to give himself a shot on the 3 ball here. Nice shot. So this shot looks easy, but these side pockets are pretty tight. We've seen a number of misses in the side so far, so he really needs to stay down on this ball. Nice. Just give yourself a nice comfortable little angle here on the 6 ball. Don't get too straight. Okay. That's exactly what I consider uncomfortable. Now
you should draw it almost dead
draw
straight
it, but
back.
remember how tight this pocket's been playing. We saw that in the first match.
It's the stubborn one on this table, and now he's going to have to draw to play the exact opposite corner.
He did all right. If he came up 6 inches short of that shape on that ball, you can hit the ball half the speed. And
Correct.
You know?
Yeah. And I think he hit that 6 ball a little bit. I think he gave it a little more respect than he might normally, just because he knows that's a tough, stubborn pocket. So he opted to accept just a little bit of a tougher shot with the 8. He could have drawn back another few inches, but it risked a little bit too much.
Oh, he did a good job clearing these balls.
He sure did. He's going to double up his lead, too. He's going to put him up 4-2. And while he's racking, I'm going to run you guys a quick Griff's promo.
Hi, my name is Mark Griffin. I'm the owner of Griff's Bar and Billiards, located in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I've known Mark for about 25 years in the industry, and I must say I'm very impressed. The memorabilia he has on the walls, the quality of the tables that he uses, and the equipment that he offers his players is probably second to none.
The business was opened up because I wanted to give the game the respect that it's due, and I didn't feel that any of the rooms in Las Vegas provided that.
And we are back. Perfect timing, too. Yep. Quick little promo on the beautiful Griff's Billiards, and that promo video is actually filmed prior to the remodel, so if you can picture it being even nicer, it is a beautiful thing. Food's great, drinks are great, service is great. It's pretty tough to beat. I feel like I'm spoiled. I come from Phoenix, where it's like the pool capital of the country, it feels like. Fight me on that if you want to. As far as locals, I mean, and again, I'm not looking to debate, just my opinion. I came from a great pool scene in Arizona that had nothing but great pool rooms with great equipment. I move out here, and these rooms, Griff's especially, it's 3 stoplights from my house, and it's great equipment, great vibes, great memorabilia on the wall. And a couple of times that I've left the state and gone and played at some other places, I've not always been impressed. So it just makes me appreciate how good we actually do have it here. So kudos to Griff's and the rest of the pool rooms in Vegas, but Griff's especially. Thank you, guys. So Jason debating here. To a point. Let's look at it from another angle here. You can see he's got room to squeak by that 10, and that one's not on the rail, so he's got a little bit of room to play. Is he going the other way? Is he considering kicking short side of it? He is. He's calling safe and kicking short side. Why do that? Why not just call the 10?
You could scratch here.
Kick the top of the 1, call a 10. Just like that, except more of the top of the 10.
Yeah.
Or the 1. Maybe you didn't see it, or maybe. Whatever. Either way, he called safe, and look what he got. He got a great safety out of it.
Sure did.
What do I know? Not a lot of. He might be calling the 10. Oh, he just played safe. I thought he was going to call the 10, but still play that same safe behind the 6 rather than next to it. See what we're looking at here? Tough to tell. It does look like he's got a path. I think he can, if nothing else, clip the edge of it. Maybe not. He's pointing toward this lower left pocket here, which makes me think that's the route he's going to go. That's what he was trying for, I believe. Jason's got ball in hand. Opportunity to extend that lead. You know, you made a comment about the pace picking up and then it seemed to slow down a little bit. I don't fault these guys at all, though. This is a big investment and this is a big tournament and it's potentially a big payday. You know, take your time. I'm paid by the hour, so that's fine with me.
And it's single elimination, so.
Yeah, that's also very true. You don't have that fallback lifeline like most people are probably used to. Thank you guys for the donations. We really do appreciate it. I'm just trying to cover Joey's bar tab, and if you've ever drank with Joey, whew,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine trying to cover Junior Flores. I hope you're watching, buddy, and that's all love right there. That's just joking around, but your bar tabs are probably like my car payments. Oh, just kidding. Miss you guys very much, and appreciate what you do with your streams. And if you're not watching live, I'm sure at some point you'll watch this video. And also appreciate the advice you've given me in regards to this cool feature. So thank you for that. Back to the action. We're hooked on the 5 ball. I think we might have a sliver of it. To me, it's pretty clear what we did. We thinned the edge of it, and we used 3 or 4 balls for cover. Take the cue ball back up table, pretty close to where his hand is at the moment. Didn't hit it quite hard enough, nor did he hit the correct ball. So the world may never know. And at the same time, how tempting is this for Steve when you've got that 5-10 combo that is just screaming in your face, but you've also got 6 balls that go? What do you do? It's a tough table. I'm taking the shot. I'm taking that 5-10. I don't care.
Really?
Especially when I'm down. If I haven't run 6-7 balls yet, what makes me think I'm going to do it right now? Let this build my confidence.
The only thing is the pattern. Stop on the 5, stop on the 6, stop on the 7. You know,
I get it. I'm just trying to quickly boost that confidence.
We should have bet on that.
No, I wouldn't have bet on that. I knew that was a sure thing.
No,
I don't want to steal from
I
you.
thought he was gonna
I'm not trying to rob a friend. But here we go. This is Ben being right and Joey being wrong again. Great shot by Steve, by the way. Can't take anything away from him by any means. That was a great shot. And we'll give him his credit where it's due. I just deleted that shot. I should have saved that. Guys, if you're wondering about the stream software, it's made by a company called Wirecast. It's called Wirecast Pro. I'm actually running off of a computer that's built by a company called Telestream. And it's called a Gear 420. And it's the same machine that the UFC uses to stream their UFC fights. Or a very similar displacement of it. Very cool machine. Tons of software. The capabilities are crazy. I've had it in my hands for about 2 to 3 months now, and I bet I've only scratched the surface on what its capabilities are, and I spend probably 8 to 10 hours a day playing with this thing. It's really a really cool machine, really powerful. It's kind of small too. It's rack mountable. It's not like your typical PC tower. So Jason opts to play safe. I believe Steven can just go rail first.
Ben, sorry I left you hanging there. I had to eat my
Yeah, I understand
sandwich.
completely, man. I'm about to do the same thing.
And I'm going to have to jump off in a minute when my apple pie gets here.
Oh, I understand. Is it warm apple pie?
I hope so. I asked for a scoop of ice cream on top.
Really?
Yeah. See, there again,
Forgot what I
Steve
was
shot a
trying to
shot that I don't even know that 2-ball passed the 4. And I don't know if he played a combination or what was going on. And I guess one of the things that I'm thinking is that with the caliber of player that Steve is, it's almost like he's a perfect candidate for that kind of coaching, you know, for defense.
True.
You know, because I think that's an element of his game that he might really benefit from. Well, Jason might take a shot at the 10 ball here. He kind of came out a little awkward on this 3. The 10's leaving like half a pocket. 5's got the other pocket blocked. I could see him taking a shot at the 10 ball here.
Joey, I'm now going to step out for just a moment. I'm going to finish my sandwich real quick. I'll be right back.
I guess we'll allow that. Guys, thanks again for joining the stream up to triple digits again, which is pretty awesome. And, you know, midday Saturday, which is afternoon, you know, Saturday afternoon. Nice weather out here in the west. We do appreciate you joining. This is the $1,000 entry 580 and under tournament at Fabulous Griff's in Las Vegas.
Oh, and I just want to say we better have some of our fantastic Arizona pool fans that are camping right now, sweating this match. I know there's a whole bunch of you up north camping right now. So I hope you've got service, and I hope you're sweating some of your fans here. Or your friends, I should say. I was supposed to be on that trip.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Arizona Pool Players Camping Trip. Somebody commented, like, who's bringing the pool table?
Eric Osborn brought a smoker
Oh, did he?
at this trailer.
Well, you know he can cook too. Alright, that's a good shot by Steve. He's got, you know, a good opportunity here. It looks like he has just enough angle to make the 4, a little bit of outside English, and come out towards the center of the table. Wow, he really stroked it. Okay. So he worked his way all the way down the table. He's got a nice little shot on the 5. Lines up to the 6 on the side. That last shot I liked hitting a little more firm with inside English so you can get on the right side of the 6 ball. Now he's going to make the 6 and he's going to have to spin it with inside to get up for the 7.
Good.
Okay. That'll play. Oh, Sophia, you're camping? She said they're sweating it, Sophia.
That's what I'm talking about. Love you, Sophia.
Die hard.
Say hi to Bert for me and everybody else. And you know I was supposed to be there all week until Saturday, and I would have been had I not broken my ankle. So I miss you guys, and I hope you're having a blast.
Steve appears to be getting more comfortable with pocketing balls. And he's hitting the balls pretty hard. I think he needs to just tone it down a little bit. He makes this 8 in the... Yeah, he's looking at the scratch angle now. He definitely needs to put some low English on this 8 ball to avoid a scratch. See how his hand's cueing on the rail? It's making it that he has to jack up even further. I like using the rail, laying my cue on the rail. Then you don't have to jack up as far. Whenever I'm shooting off the rail, I don't like to have the cue higher than the rail, because then that just makes it even harder. But if you lay the cue on the rail, put the 2 fingers around it, you can shoot that shot and not have to jack up as high.
When you elevate more like that, you're shooting down into the cue ball rather than horizontal to the cue ball. So when you're shooting down into it, you're more or less messing it to a point.
Yep, if you don't hit it dead center, yeah.
You're spinning it just a little bit of that unintended direction.
Oh, he banked this ball. Nice shot.
I think that's what happened there.
Let's see what he gets out of it. Well, he's going to have to bank another one. He can play a little safe here where he hits a little bit on the right side with a little low right and kind of slide down, hit right around where that outsville rack is sitting on the side rail, and then try to get the cue ball to come down towards the bottom rail here. Thus keeping, you know, having the 9 kind of just pop off a little bit and maybe use the 10 as a blocker. That's the best safe I see from right here. Of course, he could just fire up and bank the 9 back cross side. Let's see what he does. Looks like he's, I think, maybe a variation of the shot I talked about first. Yeah, oof. Yeah, he needed to hit that with some low and a little more firm, because the firmness would have banked the 9 out of there, and the low would have beat the side pocket where he could have got down under the 10 ball. Uh-oh. I didn't realize that Steve had to jack up on this like that. Round and around it goes. Well, Steve got fortunate to leave a tough shot here. We were just talking about having to jack up, and Steve jacked up over the 10. And, you know, Ben, in between bites of his quesadilla, said that he didn't need to jack up as much. And I think that's true. You know, you don't really need to get so jacked up on that shot. I think he could have just kept his cue a little more level, pocketed the ball, and had a little tougher shot on the 10 maybe. Let's see if Jason can cut this ball in. He's looking at it. So you know what? Jason elected to play a safety there. And with the way Steve's been playing, where he's so ultra aggressive, going for every shot, I mean, that's not a bad play. Because now you know Steve's going to try to bank a ball or, maybe even cut it. Because he hasn't really shown any interest in playing safety at all. Yeah. And again, I mean, that's a strategy I think I'd continue to employ if I were Jason, because, if you can leave him a bank, Steve's probably going to shoot at it. Because he's not focused on defense at all. I'm trying to cut this 9-ball in with just a hair of outside English, and it'll hit that side rail before the side pocket or below the side pocket, and with the intention of hitting the other side rail above the side pocket, and then coming out for a shot on the 10.
Alright, I am back. Just got called away for a quick little meeting actually with management. Forgot about UFC 253 or whatever it is tonight that starts at 7 p.m. Vegas time. As soon as that goes live, we are going to have to kill the audio here. We're not going to kill the video feed. We'll keep score. We'll still be doing what we're doing. We just won't be talking. So we'll keep you up to date with the scores. We'll follow along in the chat. We won't really be able to respond because, like I said, we're going to shut down all microphones. Once we turn that pay-per-view on, we can't legally stream any of that or copy any of that. We're not going to take any chances. So if it gets to that point, that's at 7 p.m. We're looking at 4 p.m. right now, so we've got 3 hours. It does look like that we will overlap. So there's a good chance the last match of the night might not have any audio. You will have visual. You will have score keeping and all that. The commercials will have audio. It's just as far as pool in the building, you won't hear pool balls and you won't hear us speaking. So that's the meeting that I just had. And that's a absolutely terrible roll for Jason. After a great shot on the 1, or excuse me, the 9. Same color.
Yeah, and you almost sense a little frustration from Jason there. Like, he's been the one that's electing to play defensive shots. And it's almost like he came to the table there and just was frustrated and said, I'm just going to try to make this because the guy's, leaving me with bad shots. And he bears down and he hits a nice shot and got a tough roll there and scratch. It's kind of like the tale of two different players who are like very different styles. Where Jason has elected to think defensively quite a bit and Steve's been ultra offensive in this match. So we're at 4-4. So let's see where it goes.
I think I have had one of the two. Steve Lingafelter confused with Bingelbach?
I don't know who that is.
I know majority of the chat room will. His first name might be Steve too, but for some reason I've got the two of them confused, and that's why I'm surprised at. I don't know. I've never seen Steve play. I've seen Bingelbach play. I think there's about 100-point difference between the two of them. For some reason, I believe. I don't know why I got the two of them confused. Maybe it's just because they have very unique last names. I don't know.
Where their Fargo's been.
Who's that? These two?
These two.
Good question. Give me about 13 or less seconds and I should have that answered. Jason Osborn. Where are you? Oh, you're on here somewhere. Steve Lingafelter is a 561. Oh, we went over this already. 561 and 577. Or 557. There's a 4-point difference between the two. Jason's 557. Steven is 561. So it's virtually even on paper.
You know, I don't know if you know this, Ben, but Steve is considered, at least from what I heard, one of the foremost leading experts in beetles in the world.
And you're talking actual like bug beetles, not like
Yes. Not Volkswagen beetles.
not Volkswagen beetles or
Yes,
you know
but beetles. Like actual
Lucy in the
beetles.
Sky with Diamonds beetles.
Yeah, I just heard yesterday on a show that there's over 500,000 species
Of beetles.
in the world.
There's a 500,000 species of beetles.
No, 500 million.
I
Did
thought
I
you,
say, what did I say?
I thought you said 500,000.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. 500,000.
So there's a
And Steve is an expert on beetles. In fact, I was hiking with my family and I found this really weird looking beetle and I took a picture of it and sent it to Steve. And he's like, oh yeah, that's this kind of beetle. Don't touch it. It can burn your skin. So
what in the
yeah,
heck?
he's a beetle expert.
Well, the next thing I can't help but do is look for a ring finger.
Hey, Aaron Conway. What's up, buddy?
Who's on there? Aaron?
Yeah.
Good old Aaron Conway. Could you believe I'm scared to play him?
Well, I tell you what.
I don't care if
gets
Fargo
down.
says I'm 30, 40, 50. He's not afraid. It scares me.
When he gets down there, and I tell you what, you'll watch him play, and he looks like he's a 750 Fargo for 5 minutes, and then he'll do something that doesn't look like that. You know?
Last time I was in Arizona, or time before, I beat Joey Barrera out of a nickel. When Aaron comes right up to me, hey, we'll play the same game. What? No, just because you're offering it, I'm scared. No. But
Well, just to give you an idea, I was in Main Street the other night, and Aaron said, you know, I walked in, I said, hey, you want to practice something? He's like, yeah, what do you want to do? And I just, you know, I would have played for fun or whatever. And he was like, yeah, we'll play a set for 50, raise to 11, and there's quite a big Fargo difference between us. And so, you know, you want to couple
You probably played it even.
He's like, no, we'll play even. And funny story, I'm up on him quite a bit in that match, maybe by 4 or 5 games, and he just kept clawing his way back in it, so I did win the set, 11 to 10.
wow.
11 to 10.
Yeah, he's a guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a little sneaky guy.
Well, is that 10 ball on play here? Yes. I guess that 10 must be sitting right on top of the outside rack, which is why they haven't.
They're welcome to move it. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to make a call either. If they want me to watch a shot, I'm going to have to.
So this is one of those shots, one rail, if he's too soft, makes the ball. The 5 looks like a 10 or a 5. This could have possibilities here.
It looks
Too
halfway
wide.
decent. Well, honestly, it doesn't look like he sold out. I know he missed it, and I know he left them both right there, but I think he's okay. Lingelbach, that's who it is. So I guess you could probably see how I got him confused. Lingelbach, Lingafelter, it's so close, and they're both named Steve. Thank you for clearing that up.
Look at this. The 8 ball might be dead here. If Steve just hits about half the 4 ball and avoids a scratch, he might be able to make the 8 ball. We'll see. Well, he did not avoid the scratch.
Was not meant to be on this attempt.
So I would say that Jason's got to be out here. These balls are
Oh,
sitting
gosh.
really nice.
Jason, it's your fault if this doesn't happen. I mean, it's Joey's fault. your fault.
I mean, everything's just sitting so nice here. The 5 sitting perfect. It just laid right on the 6, and then you got the 7, 8.
Do you hit this full and use your draw stroke, or do you hit this very thin and just play the rail?
I hit it thin, play the rail like this.
I think I do too. And this shot, it's obviously a bank shot. I'm kidding, folks. I'm kidding. Oh gosh.
Good shot.
Yeah. I bet 5 he's out.
No, not this time, Ben. Gotta make it a challenge at least. We'll do it on like a bank shot or something. I got you stuck $5. I'm not letting you
I
get
know,
back
you
to
should
even
just
that
quit.
easily. Well, I tell you what, this didn't get easy.
Don't quit. No, I didn't. Yeah.
You know, he could have gotten more of an angle, so he could have come 3 rails. Now he's going to try to draw back, and sometimes if you stab this and don't follow through and dig under the ball, you can bring it out to the middle of the table. There, he just kind of cinched it, and he's left himself a really long
Carbon fiber. He's supposed to go zoom back up table.
You can see the bracket.
Pretty good.
What do you think, Ben? I got him 79% to make this ball. I like it.
No, I think he makes it too. I have to agree with you on that shot. Scared money don't make money. Good thing we bet $10. I'm up 5 now, right? Is that how that works?
You had your chance.
Just. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in, hitting that share button. We do appreciate it. Very mucho.
Steve had to get up and reset here. Just to really make sure he makes this ball.
I missed what you said. I apologize.
He missed the 10. Is that your bad foot?
No, you kicked my good foot.
I kicked Ben in his foot.
I got a boot on the bad one now. You can drive a truck into that. It's okay.
So, pushing the 10 ball around the table.
I don't know if you guys can hear Alex over there, but he's putting on a show. Probably playing his Ghost One Pocket game. Well, I tell you what, when these guys miss, they miss on the pro side.
You miss good.
And that's the way to do it. If you're gonna do it, overcut it. Just going for the bank. All or nothing here. I feel like I like to cut this ball.
Time for my apple pie to get.
Yeah, I think you should probably remind them because it seems as though it might have been overlooked. Is that his pocket?
No.
Wrong game.
No, I think Jason's going to take a 5-4 lead here.
Bingo.
Yeah, let us know about the audio, guys.
It's good, I just checked. I think Brad might be having an issue. I was going to message him. Or have him refresh it. because I just checked it on my phone. It's working. Huge shout out to those guys out of Phoenix, Arizona. Big Time Threads, owned by Adam Kroll. They are some of the best merchandise and apparel makers you can find. They're not a clothing company. They actually are a clothing manufacturer. They make all of our Griff's hats, shirts, polos, the waitresses' clothes, Tony Chohan's game tight gear, all Ariel Carmelli stuff, Joey Chin, you name it. There's too many to list. I believe like 2,700 businesses that he's done or does work for. It's absolutely incredible apparel. Check him out, Big Time Threads.
Left a shot on the side there. It's very close.
That's what he's calling.
You know, even if he's got an edge of the 4 ball that's keeping it back, these are the kind you can jump with a full length cue. Just punch down. So Jason's got ball in hand here. The real key is getting on this 2 ball. So if you can work the cue ball really up, I think right next to the 8 ball somehow. Just take a cut shot on the 2. I think that's his best chance here. I'm curious to see if Jason shoots this or plays safe because he's elected to play safe.
Paul, it is 100% castable if you want to watch it on your big screen in multiple different ways. It all depends on your phone. If you're running on the same Wi-Fi as a smart TV, you should be able to literally just stream it straight from your phone via AirPlay. You can also do it if you've got Apple devices or an Apple TV box. You can send it from your phone to your Apple TV box, and from your Apple TV box to your television. Many smart apps now, or smart TVs nowadays actually have a Facebook Watch app built in. Many also have a browser built in. So if you go to the Facebook page through either of those 2 applications, you're able to watch it on there as well.
And on this shot, I like a 1-rail kick up the top of the table because I think you have just the natural angle built in after you hit the 2
Which
ball.
side are you trying to hit? Like this side of it? Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, the other way. If you went up top of the table, hit the 2, the cue ball could hold behind the 3, the 5,
the 6, the 8, yes.
And the 2 ball comes down by the 10.
I do agree. I like that shot a little bit better.
Thank you.
Well, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, they're going back and forth here. Who's going to get to the shot first? That's really the key here. For Steve here, why not call the 10 ball and try to play into the 210? Because if you try to just play the 2 ball, You probably won't get a shot on a 3. So I might look to play the 2 into the 10 here. Remember, this is a 10 ball. Early 10 does count.
Let's see how Jason handles this here with ball in hand. Everything's got a pocket. Holds that up nicely with inside. Good speed.
Very nice. And he's got a good angle to come down for the 5 ball.
Yeah. Just kind of navigate right in between that window between the 8 and the 6. It's pretty big if you stay outside to that left there. He's got options with the 6. I might play it in the same pocket as the 5. Looks like he's opted to do the same thing. I don't think I would have spun with outside. I saw he put a little bit of right-hand English on that. I think I would have just played straight top. Giving myself a little bit less angle on this particular shot, but I didn't foresee it being a problem, but
Yeah, I think the
like
problem
he
was that
stroked
he
it.
tried to really push the cue ball down table and come out these 2 rails, where if he just would have feathered it nice and soft into the side pocket, the pocket would receive it, and then he would have still had a shot on that 7 ball.
does this thing with his wrist that I'm not a big fan of. Option. Jason's not giving this back. Especially as a right-handed shooter. Lefty wouldn't favor this as much.
Shouldn't be hard here, but you've got to get on the right side of the 8 ball.
Weird as this sounds, I think he needs to watch out for the 10 ball. He hit it with good speed. I just worried that he was going to go down and come back up. Maybe bring the 10 into play.
I don't love where he ended up here. I think you either need to come further or you needed to be up on the other side of it. It's like, now he's going to have to try to
This is a shot that takes such a big stroke.
move the cue ball.
Yeah, but he's going the wrong way with it right here. Unless it passes. If it passes, I still don't care for it from right there, but he can also play. Oh, there you go. He can also play a pretty good safe. He tried to play safe. He didn't hide the cue ball, and I believe he's going to leave a decent edge of this. Yeah, we'll see how Steve handles this here. He could pull out the knife set and cut this in and send the cue ball flying. Is it is it worth the risk? Do you go for the bank and play it kind of as a two-way shot? Hit it hard. This way if you miss it, it might go another rail or 2 and end up further up table.
One thing's for sure, he's not playing safe.
I think he cuts this and leaves it near the side pocket and takes the cue ball behind the 10.
He played the 10.
He almost played, but I thought he was
I'm pretty sure he played the
I
10.
think you're right.
Even when he's defensive, he's offensive.
Okay, I don't know how thrilled Jason's going to be with that safety. Watch the back wrist. That time he kept it straight until after he struck the ball. I've seen him turn that wrist earlier. Whatever you do afterward is fine. He does this, he's got kind of this interesting, unique wrist action on his back wrist that I've seen hurt him on a number of shots. That time it didn't make its weird movement until after he had struck the ball. Just kind of a strange observation I've made. And this is to tie the match at 5 apiece. And he He does so nicely.
So Ben, based off my history with Steve and knowing him for a while, he was one of my picks, thinking that he could win this.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna have to go back on that now.
Oh, gosh, I hope he doesn't see this.
Well, no, it's not. No offense to him, but I mean, I honestly don't think you can win a 32-player tournament where, you know, you're not electing to play safe. You know, over and over again in situations where you could.
Yeah,
I understand somebody has an aggressive nature, but even the most aggressive players will play safe.
I agree.
You need to play safe to win a tournament like this. You can get through a few matches, you can even get deep, but you know, think about it. When it's hill come Sunday, and they're playing for that kind of cash,
Yeah, you're right.
you know, you can't be going for everything. You just can't. So
The flip side of that, though, he might be a completely different player in that scenario.
maybe, and that's what he'll need to do, I think.
So Jason needs to, I think Jason needs to take a break. Wow. He crossed that ball just to make a legal hit. He hit all that he could, but if you'd have bet me money that he wouldn't scratch, I'd have taken it. I don't know if I worded that right, but it looked like he was going to scratch.
I know what you meant.
Did he get there? I don't believe so. Tough to tell. I think Mr. Lingafelter has enough to make this ball. If not, it's only about a quarter ball jump, I think. Yeah, you can see it. No, it's a full ball jump. He giveth and he taketh away.
It's a little hard.
How's the pie? Let's let the people at home know.
Pie is really good.
The pie is really good. He's like, don't bother me. I'm eating pie. Excuse me. I believe he just turned back and called the 10 ball. I don't hate him for it because he's got a built-in safety. It's a two-way shot. You draw underneath the 5 and the 6. You send the 3 ball up behind the 4 and the 8 if you hit it right. It's not the worst shot he could have shot. It's probably not going to be something Alex is going to recommend. But it's something a foolish person like me would. I That's a pretty good shot there from Jason. Containing anyhow, I believe. I don't think he left an edge. Oh gosh, Alex can't keep his balls on the table. Oh, that wasn't Alex.
Yeah. Could I talk to her?
Mics are off at the moment.
To assess, you know, kind of how they played so far, they're probably both underachieving to, you know, how well they're capable of playing.
Agreed.
And, you know, but you got to look at it like, if I'm Jason, I need 5 games, you know, and let me just come out here and put it together for these 5 games. If you're Steve, I need 6 games, you know, and just try to get there. Jason's breaking off the rail. Struck the balls pretty good. He didn't get that action towards the sides that you typically see.
Which makes me think rack, something in the rack.
Yeah.
Because he did hit them pretty square.
And this
he
is
stayed on the right side of it too. He broke from one side of the table and kept the cue ball on that same side. Usually if you cross over, that's when you're with that hand.
So if you're Steve here, you got to push. And one push that I like is banking the 3 ball away from the 10 ball. And you know, even if you leave yourself a kick shot on the 1, looks like he's thinking about
away
making
from the 10. I like making the 10.
You can make the 10 or bank the 3 up to the side rail.
Or even use the 3 to make the like carom the 310.
Yeah.
You're losing control of the cue ball for sure, but this isn't good enough. He's probably gonna get this. Oh, that's the 1 ball. I was looking at the 2. Which means it's 5.
Steve's a great guy. Jason just went up and told me he forgot to mark his game, and I'm like, you don't have to worry about that with Steve. You know, he's always going to be on the up and up, and Steve is like, yep, you forgot to mark it, US 6.
Now, if Jason didn't say a word and Steve knew it, and it got to 10-10 or 11-10, would Steven stand up and say, hey, you know what, you didn't move your game 6 racks ago, you actually won the set right now?
I would 100% vouch for Steve to make the ethical play there and say, hey, look,
not too many of those people around.
Yeah, but he's solid.
Good. Frisbee, I am joined by my good friend Joey Ryan, phenomenal player from Arizona. Drove all the way up just to hang out.
You're making me blush.
Just to hang out and...
I'm an okay player.
Just to hang out and chat with us, share his knowledge, share our contrasting styles. He does one thing, I do the other. Most of the time his works and mine just looks cool but doesn't work. Alex,
he's trying this 1 route kick behind the 1, and he's got a really good chance to sell out here, I think. Like, just like this.
You called it.
It was just...
But is it a sellout when we really haven't seen any racks run?
True. But, you know, just, you know, seeing that type of shot over and over again, and just knowing that that possibility is there could change the speed in which you hit the ball, right? Sure. Well, let me hit it harder, you know, because I don't want to leave this very scenario that I just left, you know. Yeah, I think he shoots a 2 here, draws over past the 8. Looks like he's using high, though. I don't like this. I would draw and beat the 8 over toward the 5 ball. Yeah, because look, that's not too good.
We do not have any raffles, guys. We do not have any raffles.
See, on that previous shot, if he would have drew the cue ball over by the 5 ball, then he would have had a shot on the 3, and then it would have led right into the 4 ball. Now he's got to really cut this 3. He's going to lose the cue ball. And he's going to have to get the cue ball back down, because he's not going to make the 4 unless he's pretty much straight in on the 4.
This is so awkward.
Yeah, it's weird.
Is this opposite-handed with a bridge? Oh no, he's left-handed.
It's lefty. I think he just played safe.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. Gotta try to roll this ball in if you're Jason, and then you're gonna have a shot on the 4, and you can maneuver the cue ball afterwards. Somebody said you're raffling off your cast.
Who said that?
Some Jeff Gray said you're raffling off your cast.
Oh,
Please
gosh.
allow 6 to 8 wins for him.
Hey, that's my mom who just sent the heart right there.
That was funny.
Patty Foss Sutherland. Hi, Mom. Unfortunately, you chose a bad time. If you just tuned in, I actually have to step out of the booth and make a phone call. I'm going to be back in 5 to 8 minutes. Joey, please hold it down.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
I got to go do some
Let me let you out.
control here. Figure out what's going on. Mom, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be right back.
All right, guys. So, okay, Jason's got this 4 ball. He hits this a little. It looks like he's gonna draw straight back. You could also come 2 rails on this, but he didn't. He didn't really draw. He kind of pushed and poked the ball a little bit and ended up behind that 8 ball, which is not gonna work out too well for him. I don't even know if the 1 rail kick is open going up table without quite a bit of English, so we might have to come and kick near this 10 ball down here and then try to hit the 5 up. He called safe. Let's see where it goes. No, he's gonna leave a shot here. So if I'm Steve, I'm hitting this ball with low and gonna draw the cue ball into the 6. It's kind of really, you're gonna hit the 6 no matter what, but at least if you draw into the 6, yeah, you missed it. If you draw into the 6, you at least stick the cue ball there and look to get a shot after that. Yeah, you know, I'm reading some of the comments here. We've seen this is the second match now that we've seen on this table, and the players are struggling a bit. You know, and one thing to point out is, you know, this is a 580 and under tournament, you know, and $1,000 entry fee, and so there's some pressure, you know, and I don't know that we will see people play to their top speed on this table under these conditions, but hang with us as this tournament winds down. We get down to the final 8, final 4. I think we'll see some people get the stroke and start playing better. Got just awkward enough on this 8 to make this uncomfortable. It's either gotta you got a couple. You could hit this with center ball, make the 8 slide over to the side rail, and try to come back out for the 9. I might consider trying to roll this ball with high, a little bit of high inside, and then play the 9 on the side. It's all, you know, sometimes you're between shots, and it's really what you're comfortable with at that given time in a match. You know, where somebody will say, I saw you shoot that shot 2 hours ago, and you hit it with low, and this time you hit it with high, and it's funny sometimes. You just got to hit what you're most comfortable with at that time. There's a little bit of trying to hold the cue ball there, which caused him to miss that shot, but this should be pretty manageable out here.
Oh my God.
Alright, so it looks like Steve's going to get this game and make it 6-6. Just be patient for a second till Ben gets back to change the score. I don't want to fiddle with any of his controls. If you guys could see this control panel here, there's about 87,000 buttons. So I hit the wrong button and shut off the stream. I don't want to do that, but the score is 6-6. We just have to wait 1 second for it to get updated. So we got to race to 5 from here. And this is the bottom half of the first round, essentially. So 32 players, 16 first round matches. And then single elimination, races to 11, $1,000 entry fee. There's $300, $200, and $100 side pots. I believe they're winner take all. A lot of money in this tournament. Well, nothing on the break. Alright, you guys want me to try to figure this score thing out? There's something he does. I just haven't figured it out yet. Hold on. Oh, here, I got it. I figured it out, guys. Hold on. Did I do it? I did it. And we still have a stream. Woohoo! Victory. Alright, so Steve's looking at it. I think he thinks he can clip the edge of the one. Man, he's gonna have to fade that side pocket. He did, but as you see, kind of left a shot. Let's see if Jason can put a good draw stroke on this ball. Come back out to the center of the table near the side pockets. See, that shot there I think is indicative of how these guys are feeling right now, because you know you're settling for this shot when I think if he was in his natural comfortable state he probably would have drew the cue ball back and taken an easier shot on 2. Then again, he just banks the 2 in. So 4 ball's a problem here. Doesn't go in either of those pockets, either of those corner pockets by the rail. It's all on that long rail. So I think you just have to play position to play safe on this. Yeah. So for those watching at home, that's just a scenario of trying to do too much. You know, like make your shot, get your cue ball out in a position where you could play a nice safe on the 4. You got the 8 ball right next to it. You know, to easily play a safe. You know, let's keep control of the table. You know, a lot of times people think you're controlling the match by running balls, and yeah, that is great. But sometimes you're just controlling the match by dictating, you know, opportunities where you're playing safe and you're not giving your opponent a shot. Jason had a good opportunity there, but he didn't execute on that safety. Here's a touchy little shot. You cut the 4 ball in with a hair of outside English, and you try to hit about half of the 9 ball coming off the rail on the left-hand side. And so that way you push the 9 ball a little bit, but then your cue ball kind of floats out over towards the spot and gives you a shot at that 5 on the side. It's a crafty little touchy shot.
Around the pool table, anytime you're walking around.
But other than that, you're either going to hit the 9 square and kind of be stuck down here, or you're going to go, you can probably spin around the 9, but then you go up table. So I like this shot where you just spin it a little bit, make the 4, and you elected to play safe. Okay. It's funny, in the beginning of the match, there were so many chances where I thought Steve could have played safe and he was aggressive, and now there's some times where I think maybe he heard me. I was adjusted. It's another example of not trying to do too much. Make your ball and give yourself a chance to play safe on the 5. He made a good shot there. Got unfortunate to hit the 10. He's called the bank shot. I like hitting this smooth with high English, so you hit the 8 square and stick the cue ball right there. You see that even if he made that shot, by the way he followed through with the high right-hand English, he was probably going to glance off the 8 and come down behind the 9 anyway. You know, I don't like running into balls unless I have to, but I also, when I do have to, I want to be really thoughtful about how to use that ball that I'm going to run into. This is going to leave a shot. Yeah, we've had a couple slow matches here. Some players struggling, some pocket balls. We've also had just an uncanny amount of missed shots that resulted in safes, right? Where somebody couldn't see the shot after a clear miss. So I think it's been kind of a perfect storm of players not playing their best in some unfortunate circumstances. See if Steve can bear down and cut this ball in. Shape is pretty natural. Yeah, I'm not able to see scores of other matches right now, just because they're keeping the matches, you know, they're keeping them on their score counters. And maybe when Ben comes back, he can scout out a couple of those other scores and we can get you guys updates on that. We want to give you as much information as possible. Alright, just nice smooth stroke here. There it is. Oh boy. Wow. That was surprising. Big game too, actually. Remember, we're in that race to 5 from here, and so you basically just went down 1-0 in a race to 5 on a game you should have won. So. So Steve takes the lead 7-6. Looks like they're gonna take a little break. Guys, hang tight with us for a few minutes. Steve's racking the balls, and Jason took a little break. We're here at Griff's in Las Vegas. Great pool room. Just a really classy place. Beautiful diamond tables, beautiful lounge seating, memorabilia, TVs everywhere. Great staff, great service, and you know, the place just gets it. So do yourself a favor, make a trip out to Las Vegas, stop in Griff's, play some pool, have some fun. stop in and you just hit some balls, and you get to watch somebody like Alex Pagulayan doing his practice session over here. He's playing himself one pocket, where he's basically trying to run 15 balls in one corner pocket, like it's a one pocket match. And it's I'm peeking over every once in a while and just watching the way he thinks through these racks to do this is just, it's kind of nuts. Once again, just a reminder, 32 players entered, $1,000 entry fee. It was a handful, maybe 6 or 7, 8 qualifiers to get folks into this tournament, but the rest of the people came up with $1,000 of their own dough to enter this tournament, which is like, it's kind of hard for me to believe, you know. And it's not like any of them kind of came in and they're stealing, because it's all Fargo rates, and it's all, you know, 580 and under, so it's not like you're a 650 slipping in and you're just going to steal the thing. You know that you're playing against other good player or other players like right at your speed, and that's what they're doing here. So, all right, folks, Jason's back. Steve's getting ready to go break the balls. Looks like he's using a BK Rush, Predator BK Rush break cue. I just picked up one of those myself, and I've only had 2 sessions practicing with it, so kind of excited to see where that leads. But here he comes. Now notice how high he's, you can't see it from that angle, but he's cueing rather high on the cue ball when he goes to break. And interestingly, that's the first time on any of his breaks that I think he's really controlled the cue ball and got it to go back up table. Normally it kind of hits the rack and then that high English kicks in and it follows down here, which you don't want that when you're playing 10 ball. But that time he actually popped it really good and the cue ball stayed up table, and look, he's got rewarded with a beautiful shot on the 1, and he's just got to work the cue ball down between the 5-6 and come down here for the 3, which he did very nicely. Doesn't want to get on this 10, and he did. Looks like he's got, he might be able to cue half of the cue ball. Yeah, this is tough sledding here when you got to go up high like this. Just really focus on the shot. And he's hooked himself on the 4. Just gonna play this 1 rail kick. I like hitting this ball a little hard, only because, you know, you want to have a chance to get safe if you don't make it. And he did actually get pretty safe. I think he might have played the carom there. Played the billiard.
Attention tournament players. Sorry for the interruption. Attention tournament players, please listen up. We were originally going to bring back 4 players tomorrow, but due to the UFC fight this evening and due to the pandemic and social distancing, we are going to bring back 8 players tomorrow. So if you are on your second match right now, which most of you should be, and you win that match, you will come back at 11 a.m. tomorrow. If you lose the match, obviously you know you're done with the tournament. But we're bringing back 8 players, not 4. So if you win your match, you're back at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
So they
If
just,
you have any questions, please come see me, Ben Sutherland, or the tournament director, Marcus Graham. Thank you, guys.
so they just announced that instead of bringing back 4 players tomorrow, they're bringing back 8 players. So they're going to bring back, they're going to play out these first 2 rounds and bring back 8 players, which I think is a good decision. They had the UFC fight here tonight, and you know, they want to try to make sure it's not too crazy in here for the tournament players while the UFC fans are here. Steve's in good shape here. 25. He wants to get off the rail a little bit. See, just little things like that. If he got like another 3-4 inches off that rail, it just makes it so much easier. If I could read out some of the matches today. From the first round, we had Chris Carpenter beating Santos. I think Santos is the biggest player. Susan Williams beat Michael Leahy. Jeremy Ross 11-2 over Anthony Peretta. Sorry. We had Ruben Adame 11-9 over Joseph Crugnell. So I think Jason kind of rolled up close to that 8, but I think he's fine because it looks like he's straight in on the 8. We have Anthony Loctautau beat Stu Key 11-6. Alex Esparza beat Sam Lenschow 11-7. Luke Wilcombe 11. Mo Bashir 8. Steve Gray 11. Paul Rother 10. So it looks like that was a hill thriller there. We have Sean Martinez 11, Vern Felt 9, Joshua Perez 11, Brian Luke 8, and Steve Bergen 11, David Weiss 10, another hill thriller. And then, oh, he played the 10. Wow, that was interesting. That was a big swing right there. That would have been 7-7. Instead, it's probably going to be 8-6 here. We had Steve Bergen 11-10 over David Weiss. Sean Foret 11. Michael Evans 10. Another hill 1. And Anthony Davis 11. And Thielu Tapate 8. So those are the matches that are in so far. And of course, this match that we have going on here, Steve Lingafelter and Jason Osborn. Steve has 7, Jason has 6. Well, that got tough. He's gonna have to bank this ball now. He stayed down on that real nice and banked it in. So
not knowing how to do the score and stuff, right?
I figured it out.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry it took way longer than I thought. Did you hear my announcement? Did you tell them?
Yes.
I just turned into a tournament. Mic check, mic check. Benny Breaks is back. Sorry I had to go handle a few things. We were actually gonna, Joey probably told you guys this, we were gonna bring back 4 tomorrow. Due to the UFC fight and social distancing requirements and whatnot, it's going to be a packed house in here this evening. And we wouldn't even be able to bring you audio for anything after 7 p.m. So we're actually gonna just cut it after this match. We'll be down to 8 players at that point, and we will bring back 8 players tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Excuse me. I need to correct that. I thought this was it's the second one we've had on stream, so I was thinking it's second round. After the second round matches, so I do apologize. Most of the tournament is into its second round already.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We should still have one more, maybe a part of one more match. Yeah, or no?
I'm hoping.
We're optimistic.
To be perfectly honest, I think the only way that could work out would be the winner of this match playing the winner of Hugo and Jean, because this one's about to get started. We may have one more match, we may not. It's been a little bit of a scramble today. We're going to do our best to bring you another one, but UFC kind of threw a wrench in things. And there's been some OSHA scares around town with some of the pool rooms and bars lately, so rather than really push our luck to the max, we're going to leave it at 8 players tonight rather than 4. And we'll start again at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, Ben, you were pretty observant to pick out that little wrist twist that Steve has going on, and I've been watching that, and he is doing like a little twisting of his wrist as he shoots on certain shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some stuff for these guys that have been on the stream to build off of. You know, and I think Steve will see it when he watches too, with his wrist twist, and also his decision making. You know, where times he's chosen to be too aggressive. This is tricky.
He did well.
Yeah, he did.
Came out smelling great.
I would have never thought of that, but that worked.
How does this go into the side? Oh yeah. Now what? He must pass because he's not wasting any time.
No, he's not.
I suppose it could play off of it.
Yeah, good
He
shot.
played a good speed there.
It's like he steered it right around that 6 ball.
Now this Jason looks different than the one that was at the table before I made a phone call.
Way to go, way to go, Ben.
Ben.
Jinxie seed.
Benjamin.
This. You know, I don't want to say this too loud, because even though we're in the booth here, I think they can hear a little bit on the outsides here. And Jason's sitting kind of right next to me, but this is a really important period of time in the match for him to not let it get away from him. If Steve gets out here, it's 9-6, and Jason's got to dig deep and just take one game at a time and claw his way back into this thing. I think Steve's wristband has to do with last night, because he was here playing most of the day yesterday, getting practice in. I don't think it has anything to do with today.
I think they give those wristbands to all of the dancers when they check in at the beginning of the night. He forgot to take it off. He had a long night. He hit that ball about as good as he could.
Yeah, he did. Tester here.
Now, if I'm Steve, I'm gonna shoot it just like that. Yeah.
Okay, 9-6.
Yes.
Steve Lingafelter from Southern Arizona, trying to take control of this match and get to the finish line.
Could be done.
Good, Alex. Oh god.
I missed it.
He got a lucky roll, and then he got down on his knees and like started praying to the pool gods.
I remember when he beat Shane in the 10 ball. After Shane broke dry, or 8 ball. Hill, US Open 2 years ago. He did the same thing. He dropped down. And he was like giving Shane praise and thanking him. How can you be mad at losing to that?
Yeah.
Oops.
Same guy.
So I was actually talking with Mark. This is 4 1/8. I thought
is it?
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was.
It's playing every bit of 4 1/8. You know, there's been a lot of shots that they've hit decent and rattled. So
I think we have one that's 4 1/8, 2 that are 4 1/4, and then the rest are 4 3/8.
some days I feel like I need 6-inch pocket spin.
Look at this shot. Wrong ball. Look good though. What do? You play for the 6-10 at some point?
Yeah.
I mean, the 6 can go the other way.
No,
the 7
just the way they're sitting. Yeah, I think you play for the 6-10. I mean, bigger problem right now is the 2 ball. Looks like he's going to settle for the combination.
Good.
Slow down, baby. Yeah, it's...
You overcooked it a touch.
He's going to hit the 9 ball here. No way around this.
You run into it inside? Oh, he was hitting it full to a double kiss.
So you know what? If the 9 stops, it did not. But I think he could have made that 5 from where it is and slid down on the 6 until that 9 got into play.
Yeah, now this 5 ball becomes super important. And he's certainly got to make sure he hits it. He gives up ball in hand. He's basically give up the game.
Yeah.
And this is huge. It puts him on the hill.
Yeah, I think, this is one of those shots, Ben, where you just got to make sure you hit the 5. And I think the easiest way to do that is the 1 rail kick, like he's doing right here.
He called it in the side.
He did, and
I wonder if he's trying to play off the 8.
Off the 8, yeah. I think that's the shot. Look, doesn't look like he's aiming right, though.
Looks like he's aiming too full.
Yeah.
Or too far away from it. So Jason now with an opportunity. He needs to seize it.
From where he is, Ben, it looks like he's going to have to go for the... Well, no, if he hits this with inside English and cuts it in the corner, he's got a chance to stand the cue ball up and come back over by the 7, I think. I'd have to be right there looking at it, but...
Can you do that? Oops. Let me give it to you. Can you pocket that and stun the cue ball? The cue is blue.
No, I don't think so.
Or you go forward?
Yeah.
That's probably actually much smarter.
Yeah. Well, that changes the dynamic with the 10 ball now, so it kind of relieves a little bit of the pressure. I think on this one, I mean, I'm looking at it over the monitors down the table, and I mean, this looks dead straight in. So you got to consider a rail first shot here, I think.
What?
Yep, rail first left-hand spin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do?
Jack up and fire it in and draw it straight back into the 7 ball.
Good luck with that.
We can all have Big James, can't we? He said, I'm not going to listen to either one of those two idiots in the booth.
His speed was good, I'll tell you that. His speed was really good. Okay, we got clarification on the wristbands.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
All the players get a wristband.
Yeah, it symbolizes that they paid a $25 greens fee. It also entitles them to unlimited soda, water, and tea. Forgot about that.
How about caramel macchiatos?
But I'm still not ruling out Steve being a dancer last night somewhere. I don't know if they've got macchiatos here.
More
Pretentious
more pool rooms
coffee.
need like a coffee bar, you know? Get a cappuccino.
I won't argue with that. I don't know what.
Look at this shot. Uh-oh.
Oh gosh, look how big that black ball just got.
You know, that was tracking really nice until it hit that top rail. Can you play that one back for us?
I think you should just jump it. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Let's see, he kicks it in. It's in the hole. It's in the hole. What did I call it?
You think we didn't bet on it? We gotta watch that one again, folks.
I called it. Just had a feeling he was going to kick it in.
That was beautiful. Didn't even touch the rail.
Yeah.
On the pocket side.
Got shape on the 8-ball here.
Good call. We'll save
Guys,
that one.
when you make a phenomenal shot like that, bear down and get out, please. It's the sickest thing when you make a shot like that and then you don't get out.
Well, like when you speared a jump shot last night, and
Yeah.
you probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know, I've played against a lot of really good players and played a lot of 9-ball against them where you didn't have to call pocket, right? And I noticed this trend. When they get lucky, you know, I'd be playing against really good players and it's 5-5 and they're running out and they just butcher a ball. Miss it by a foot, but it hits 2 rails and goes in the opposite corner. They never have a gilt miss when they do that. You know what I mean? And it was like with me, I had to learn that. Because that was a good shot by Steve, by the way. I had to learn that because so many times I would get lucky and it was almost like I felt like I didn't deserve it. And then I would miss the next shot or a shot, 2 shots later. But the top players, they don't do that. That's a good shot by Steve. When they get a roll like that, it's almost like they're expecting it. Hey, good rolls are supposed to happen to me sometimes, and then they just take it and they bear down even harder and get out. Yeah, that was a really nice out by Steve.
I'm getting to it.
Okay. So it is 10.
1 second. Yeah.
All the other ones started.
Yours isn't the last one.
Oh, is it?
This is still first round.
Oh, is it? Okay, never mind.
Is this match up? Are they playing?
Yeah.
Somebody asked us.
Almost over. It should be over. And I may have to leave the booth again in a minute just to check on some matches because our tournament director is a little tied up at the moment.
Yeah, so there he hit another break with the high English and it just funneled a cue ball straight towards that corner pocket. Want to get up?
I know what happened with Gene and Hector. I mean Hugo. Yeah, please excuse me. I'm sorry. I realized this.
Hey guys. Ben stepped away for just 1 second, but he'll be right back. Don't worry, you're in my trusty hands. So Steve is on the hill here, 10-6, and looks like Jason is just in like whatever mode. You know, but we'll see if he can mount a comeback here. You know, if I'm Jason, I'm looking at like, hey, you know what? If I get to like 8, it gets really interesting. If I get to 9, it gets super interesting and starts putting the pressure on Steve. The last game tends to always be the hardest to get. So if I'm Jason, I'm not giving up at this point. I'm saying, man, let me get to 8. Let me get this next one. Then get to 8. Then get to 9. And then you'll start seeing Steve really feel the heat. He had a nice shot there. Got safe. Yeah, Steve's going to play a 1 rail this way. Good hit. He's going to give up a shot here. Looks like the 6 ball's tied up on the 10. Doesn't look very makeable. Although he might be able to get into those balls right now. Might have a little too much angle. Let's see. Well, yeah, I just see something's changed in Jason's body language that, you know, he's not, I wouldn't say he gave up, but he's just not feeling, he's not as interested to play right now. And it's got to be frustrating because it's not like Steve's breaking and running, you know. It's just there's been a few mistakes and Steve's capitalized on them. Yep, he's going to go for the bank. I think you should just roll forward here, make sure the 10 doesn't come into play. Oh wow. I don't know if you guys saw that, but when he banked the 6 ball, the cue ball kind of rocked backwards on that outsfill racket. That was interesting. And now Jason's going to be kicking again. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do for this next match, guys. We might stream another one. We're going to see. So hang with us when this one finishes and we'll let you know what the plan is. Alright, let's see Steve. I mentioned this at the end of last match. You know, like sometimes the way you finish a match really helps you, kind of helps to propel you throughout a tournament. If he can finish these 5 balls off in nice order, it could really lift his confidence for this next match. Would have. He's gonna shoot it in the corner, I think. Wow. He hit that really hard and kind of pushed the cue ball forward a little, which caused it to hit that point and go downstream. You know, with how Jason's, you know, feeling right now, and you can sense these things in your opponent, I would thin the right-hand side of this ball, hit maybe half the 9 ball, and bring the cue ball down below the 10 on the bottom rail, and make him hit a good shot to beat you here. You know, like, yeah, you could bank that ball in and try to cut the 10 in for the win. That works too. But I would have tried to get safe and make Jason hit a tough shot to beat me here. But let's see, if he makes this ball, that's a wrap. It almost looked like he wasn't trying to make it. I mean, I know he was, but in a way he wasn't. And he got safe out of it. I'm pretty certain Jason's going to try to bank this ball now, just with the way things are going. Let's see. You know, he's in this position where a safe here is kind of tough. He could bank the 10 back up to where he's standing. He could thin the 10. All those are not great options, so I think he's just going to play it. He did. All things considered, it didn't work out too bad for him. Yahtzee. There it goes.
All right. Well, a little scrappy back and forth match there, and
11-6.
11-6 in favor of Steve. Mr. Lingafelter moves on. Jason can try again next year if he stays under that 580 threshold. We are trying to figure out what's going on. We are going to have another match for you. It's not going to be for a few minutes, so what we're going to go ahead and do is just run a little bit of graphics with some background music for you guys temporarily until we get everything exactly figured out as to who our next match will be. Give us a few minutes. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our final match of the evening. We are going to go ahead and restart the stream. We're at 3 hours right now. Facebook is giving us a 4-hour limit, so I'm going to go ahead and restart because this match will take longer than an hour. So please refresh your Griff's page in about 1 minute.